Hi, it's Tracy HD, and today we're going to do number 19 of How to Live a Peaceful Life. Step 19 is the importance of grounding. When I say grounding, you think of roots going down into the ground. When you think of the ground, you think of your feet firmly planted on the ground. I tend to neglect this in my life. To be quite honest with you, this is one of my New Year's resolutions that I decided that I was going to put into practice on a daily basis. As you know, the hectic feeling of everyday life, which is what we discussed in our previous video of how things could get out of control if we don't take back our power and learn to say no. The feeling of grounding is so important before things get so out of hand that before you know, you're in a full-blown anxiety attack. I myself am a very anxious person. As soon as I know something has to be done, I just get right to it. I roll my sleeves up and I will work endlessly for hours and hours until I'm completely exhausted. When I think of grounding, though, grounding to me is catching yourself in the moment where you feel overwhelmed. You may be in the middle of a busy mall. I personally don't like crowds myself, and whenever I'm in a crowd, I just sense all these different energies around me, and that's when I need the grounding the most. A technique that I use to ground myself, whether it be then or whether I find myself rushing off, going somewhere and not catching my breath and moving from one daily chore to the next, grounding is very important to just stop whatever you're doing. Now, of course, if you're driving your car, it might not be that easy, but you could stop the thought processes that are going through your mind that are causing these racing ideas that are bringing up all the anxiety. What you can do, though, is, unless you're driving, of course, I wouldn't want you doing this in the car. What you can do is wherever you may be, maybe at work, maybe at, like I said, a busy mall or store, anywhere where you feel that things may start to snowball into feeling overwhelmed. You want to stop whatever you're doing, put down whatever you're doing. You could either leave your eyes open or you can close your eyes. And what I do is I take my hands and I put them right underneath here, right underneath my breastbone. And I hold them towards my body. And I envision roots coming out from the bottom of my feet down into the ground, right from my soles of my feet into the ground firmly. And I feel that if I close my eyes, it works better for me because there's less distractions. I close my eyes and I breathe deeply. I do this for at least 3 breaths. Now, depending upon how far along your anxiety or feeling of overwhelm has gotten you, you may want to do more than 3 breaths. You will know when you start feeling a wave of relaxation coming over you, and just the fact that you've stopped whatever activity you were doing, because that was only going to lead to more anxiety and overwhelm. Just the act of stopping yourself and taking that little time out could be enough for some people. Me, though, the breathing exercises in and out give me just a sense of inner peace. I tend that when I'm, busy doing stuff, you don't even realize it, but sometimes people are in the bad habit of holding their breath, and when you hold your breath, you're restricting the air, coming in and out of your lungs, and you're restricting the oxygen that's going to your brain. Your body tends to tense up. And when you're tense like that, that's what, makes you feel overwhelmed. So the next time you feel things are getting out of control, so your children are behaving badly, or you're having a very stressful day at work, or you're in the middle of the mall and there's just too much of a crowd, just stop yourself. Just stop what you're doing. Hold your hands to your underneath your breastbone. Just close your eyes. Picture those roots going from the soles of your feet into the ground. Take as many deep breaths in and out slowly, and you will start to feel the anxiety and all the pressure and tension just dissolve. And you could do this as many times throughout the day that you need. I know myself, I've got to do this more often than not, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to do this because this is another way to help you live a peaceful life. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be back with more tips. Take care.